Oh, glory, glory.
Hey y'all, it's Iconic Queen time! And we are about to start wrapping up our Black Business Podcast August segment. We are down to the last 2 weeks, but it was so much fun until now. Thank you guys for tuning in and supporting all these Black businesses. I hope you guys are following Day Day Soul Food for the big best seafood boil in the tri-state area. She is selling food this Friday, so make sure you go follow her, DM her, Facebook her to buy that amazing boil with the crack sauce. And Jay Shirts, make sure y'all are following him to get the classic tees. But thank you guys for tuning in so much to that episode, and congratulations to the winners, Dorothy, who won Jay's shirt, and Michaela, who won Denasia Seafood Boil. Girl, trust me, you will not be disappointed, neither one of you. But this week, as we are winding down, we only have one person, Miss Sharm B, aka the snachinator herself, the girl who keeps all our ladies' waist snatched and fits. Tune in and check her out. So, hi, Sharm B, aka Miss Snatchinator. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Miss Snatchinator herself. This is the person who I get my waist trainer from. Like, everybody been asking, who do I get these dope waist trainers from? Like, everybody at work is like, what are you wearing? I can't even see it. Like, do you have something on? I'm like, I do. Like, you're gonna be shocked. Like, I really do. Like, I have a waist trainer on. I actually lost, what, 3 inches off my waist? I just got down to a medium. Don't judge me, okay? I was like at a large. Don't judge me. Like, this is Miss Snatchinator herself with the bomb waist trainers. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
So, how's your business going?
Business has truly been going a lot better than I expected it to.
Mm-hmm.
I've been getting a lot of great feedback, of course, from customers. And I think me being able to share my experience has really helped business to even surpass my expectations. So in the sense of how business is going, I would definitely say that things are going great.
Okay,
sure.
So explain your business to me a little bit. Like, what exactly do you do, and how do you like sell your products and stuff like that?
Okay. So I, of course, like you said, I sell waist trainers. They're fitness belts that can be used during workouts. They can be worn even throughout the day. I usually wear mine from I wake up in the morning till I go home, throughout the day at work. They really help you increase sweating in your midsection area. It helps you to lose inches off of your waist. It helps you to tone. I also carry a thigh trimmer that has the capability to help you trim your thighs and that unwanted fat area, especially in your inner thigh area. Mm-hmm. And then I also offer a nutrition guide and plan that I have partnered with a certified nutritionist with to create. I actually offer that complimentary, but it's also available for sole purchase as well.
Oh, okay. So I have a question. So for people who like don't sweat and stuff like that, what do you recommend when you wear the waist trainer in order for you to sweat? Because I have a problem with sweating. Even though I drink a lot of water, I don't sweat. So like, what do you recommend?
It's funny that you said that, because that actually happens with me too. Like, I drink a lot of water, and no matter how hard I try to work with the sweat, like, it's really hard for me to sweat. So what I usually do personally, and I usually recommend this to people as well, I wrap my stomach with saran wrap sometimes.
Okay.
And then I put my waist trainer on, and that kind of helps me to increase my my sweating.
Okay.
There are gels out there that kind of helps you increase your sweating in those areas. I'm actually working on carrying one, but I kind of not want to go the vendor route for that.
Okay.
I want to create something that's more geared towards sensitive skin, because I have really sensitive skin.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's more organic and would not just appeal to people with regular skin, but people with sensitive skin would be able to use it as well. So that's in the works, and that will definitely help. That'll definitely help to increase your sweating in your abdominal area for sure.
Oh, okay. So then I also have a question. Do you make the waist trainers yourself, or do you like buy them and then put your logo? Like, how do you?
They're manufactured, so I do not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they're actually really good. They don't have like the bone. You know how certain waist trainers, it cuts you, the bone cuts you. It doesn't cut you. It's actually really comfortable. I mean, at first when you put it on, it's like, but then
Yeah.
it's like, it's like, okay, I can breathe. So it doesn't really have a bone. So what is that? Sorry, what is that? Is it here that
It
helps
is
with
a
that?
boning. The
Okay.
difference is that it's flexible.
Mm,
So that's one of the things that actually inspired me to make my own waist trainers, because
okay.
when I began my journey, I started of course buying waist trainers, and it was always something with some that I tried, like it's either not too long or
Mm,
not long enough, I should say, because I have a really long torso. So
okay.
it's either not too long or the boning, like you said, like it's just uncomfortable, or it's the quality is just poor. It's just always something. And so I decided that I would, of course, see what vendors may be out there, or
Mm-hmm.
what manufacturers may be out there, and test their products. I actually tested quite a few manufacturers before
Okay.
with mine, and I was able to lay out to them what are my wants and what are my don't wants. These are
Okay.
my haves, and these are what I like. I hate these about waist trainers. I don't want this. And so I was able to kind of narrow it down, and they were able to work with me and give me what I truly wanted.
Okay. So what do you recommend for people that has long torso? Because I have a coworker, her torso is like extremely long. So when she tried on my waist trainer, it was fine for her. Like it worked perfectly. But like yours, I noticed when you sit down, it doesn't roll up. But for someone who has a longer torso, do you offer a waist trainer that has like a longer torso part, or do you tell them to like go up a size? Like how does it work?
That's a great question that I've
Mm.
never encountered, but I believe that it should be long enough. Because usually people with shorter torso are like, well, you don't have something for people with short torso, and I'm like, but in that case, if it's not long enough for that person, then I would recommend maybe a size up, because it may
Okay.
have a little more length to it.
Right.
But usually it works. Maybe she just needs to pull it down.
I think it's because she's short, but she
Okay.
wants it to start from here. So like, where do you recommend your waist trainer to start? So it's gonna be like from here, or this is too high. So like right under your breast, and then
It's really what's comfortable for you. So I usually put mine like right under my breast, and I
okay,
put it all the way down. Like I like mine
okay,
all the way down. Some people don't, so they might
mm-hmm.
want to pull it up a little bit. But it's really what makes what's comfortable for you. And also, I usually recommend that you put it in places that you desire the most compression. So if you feel
Okay,
like you need more compression up here, then you can put it a little higher. So
yeah, I
if
get what
you
you're
need
saying.
more compression down there, then you can put it a little lower.
Okay, so how did you come up with the name, the snatchinator? How did you come up with that?
So I don't know if you remember this, but in high school, everybody used to call me the Sharminator,
Yes.
right? So, as of course, as I was trying to come up with a name, I was going over stuff, and some of them just didn't sound too right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, I was actually at my friend's house, and her mom, because I know I wanted it to have the word snatch in it. Like it just,
Mm-hmm.
it appeals to our generation. Like
Mm-hmm.
it just sounds good. I know I wanted the word snatch in it. And I just kept coming up with stuff, and they were like, no, Sharm, no. It's like, the snatchinator. And I was like, I like that. So yeah, that's kind of how the snatchinator came up, and it have a buzz. It have a nice ring to it. So I was just like, well, that's it, and we just took it and ran with it.
So was it like hard for you to start off? Because I know you said that you weren't really in this business before, like you have a full-time job. So was it hard for you to like start off not really knowing what you were doing? It was like you just kind of jumped in, or you like researched first? Like what did you do to start off?
Well, thankfully,
Mm-hmm.
the field that I work in has blessed me with the opportunity to have the knowledge around businesses and so on. So it really wasn't much of a long road to trot for me. I kind of knew the ins and outs. I knew exactly what needed to be done. I knew the first step to take, and I knew the steps to take after that. So it really, it wasn't something for me that was kind of, me trying to navigate my way through it. When it comes to structure and things like that, that's definitely something that I have to find a GPS for. But in terms of launching and, you know, really coming through with things, it wasn't much of a task.
Okay, so I have another question. So, do you find it hard being a business owner for waist trainers? Because there's a lot of waist trainers out there, especially ones from celebrities like Keisha Core. That's another one with like a W. But there's a lot of them out there. Do you find it hard keeping up with them, or are you like, you know, this is it, this is my brand, I'm just gonna expand on it, like?
Exactly like you said. I can actually attest to trying some of them before. But I feel like there's room for everybody. I mean, at this particular moment, I'm not on their level. We all appeal to different, you know, we all appeal to different things and different people. And like I shared earlier, I've actually gotten a lot more support than I anticipated to. So that tells me that people, you know, people are willing to support me and things like that. And that kind of encourages me more. There has definitely been an uptake in the market. I feel like even after I launched around this time last year, I've seen so many other people started selling waist trainers and stuff. And I'm not no hater, you know, kudos to y'all. You know, I'm here to cheer y'all on and stuff like that. Cause like I said, there's room for everyone. But I feel like I love it. Like now, especially us as a people are starting to, you know, really tap into our inner entrepreneur spirits and are, you know, launching businesses of all types. So I'm not here to hate at all. But like you said, it's definitely, okay, hold on, baby. It's definitely something or a product that has become a lot more common than it was before. And it does kind of give competition, but I feel like there's things about my business that kind of sets me apart from others. And I kind of take that and I run with it.
Okay. So question, I know with COVID and everything, and you said that the business is doing great. I know. You have a daughter, we know. I'm sorry. So give me like 5 minutes. All right. So I have another question for you. Being a Black business owner, especially a female, do you find it challenging? Do you think it's hard? Or do you feel like it separates you from your superior, your white superiors, should I say? I know it's like a crazy question, but I'm asking everyone. Do you feel like it's like being a Black business owner, it's amazing, but sometimes you see different challenges or different advantages that, you know, a white business might have over you? Like, do you feel any different? How do you feel?
Truthfully, not really. I try to not look at the racial portion of things, or even compare myself in that realm of things. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but
No, I understand.
when it, like I said before, so many people have, you know, started selling waist trainers. That's great. But when it comes to me comparing myself to those people, I try not to compare myself based on our race.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So what advice would you give to a Black entrepreneur starting out, having to deal with something like that? Because honestly, even though I get what you're saying, like, you know, you separate yourself from others, but honestly, for other people, it is kind of hard, like coming up and having a business that you have to compete with certain white businesses for, because, you know, certain businesses, it could be specifically Black owned, and some of them you have a lot of competing to do. So like, what is your advice to people, anyone in general, like starting a business? I don't want to make it racially profiled, but it's not. But you know, being Black and being a business owner, it's, to me, it's harder personally. To other people it might not be, but to me it is harder because, you know, you have so much to fight against. But like, what advice would you give to someone starting out a business, especially a Black business?
Educate yourself, first and foremost, not just around the things that you'd be, of course, selling or whatever the case might be, but around the market itself. Educate yourself, do your research, and I think focus is important, and that's kind of what we lack most of the times, because we instead of focusing on what is in front of us, we're focusing on what is around us. And I think that truly plays a huge role in us losing sight of the bigger picture. But if we educate ourselves more, we do our research and we focus, then that'll definitely help us to, I get what you're saying when you say, because a lot of times we feel like, and I always say this, or counterparts sometimes have an upper hand with things.
That's like, the word I was trying to look for. I just can't remember. Thank you.
Like, I laughed the other day when I was telling my friend this. I had this white friend, and her dad, we went over her house one time, and her dad sat us down to play Monopoly. Like, fuck, I want to play Monopoly? The hell? But because the game is long as hell.
Yeah.
So now I enjoy playing Monopoly, but at that time, I didn't see the significance in it. And we played for fun. It was really cool. And at the end of the game, he said, I was trying to show y'all how to get through life. And he really sat down and he broke down the significance of how this game itself relates to life itself. And I think it directly goes hand in hand with that to say, unfortunately, sometimes our counterparts get the education from their parents, and we don't get that. They might, get a small little, here, go start your business from their parents, and we don't get that. So it's usually kind of left up to us to kind of fend for ourselves and, go do the research for ourselves. We just have to do a little more extra work. And to us, it's like they have a gold spoon or a silver spoon in their mouth, and we gotta earn ours. We're gonna have to go and get it. So it's gonna definitely be imperative that we educate ourselves and we do our research and just try to feed as much positive energy into ourselves and kind of put ourselves in a position to become as knowledgeable as as we might feel like they are, or to even get to at least on their level, excuse my crooked fingers, at least on their level, or to surpass them, because we already feel like they have a one-up on us. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I do feel like we shouldn't pay that any mind. I mean, I'm not saying it's racially profiling, but I feel like, as Blacks, we actually...
Yeah. Huh? I said it's the obvious.
Right. But, we should just be united, and we should all look out for each other, and we should all support each other. I think the only thing that they have over us, which is my opinion, only thing that they have over us is that they stick together. And I feel like us, we're judgy, and we're like, you know what, I can do it better. It's more of a competition than a unity. But that's just my opinion. But I get what you're saying. That's why I always like to ask that question, because I like to have like different perspectives on it. And I don't want someone who is a Black entrepreneur to get discouraged. I actually want them to be, ready and jumping in and be happy and not fall short of their victory. That's
you're gonna get discouraged. You're gonna get discouraged. But then that's where your focus comes in, that's where your focus comes in. Sometimes you got to refocus. Sometimes you got to regroup. Sometimes you just got to, take a moment to get over what it is. But you're going to get discouraged, unfortunately. There are going to be some curveballs thrown at you that you don't expect. But, it's how we react that really matters.
All right. Well, thank you for talking to me. So I have a couple questions for you, a couple more questions. What advice would you give about your waist trainers? I did see you post something about be patient. That's the number one rule, is to be patient. But what else advice would you give about waist trainers?
Girl, be patient. Waist trainers are not necessarily for everyone. You have some people might have their mythical beliefs that this product is not something that might work for them. But for those who do like the product and want to try it, not just being patient with yourself, but also what a lot of people forget, and I think that's one of the reasons why I gave my nutrition guide complimentarily. Eating is important. How you eat is very, very, very important. Yes, your waist trainer works. It's gonna help you, but it's not lipo. It's not lipo, and it's just not gonna. It's not gonna work overnight. It requires a partner, and your partner is gonna be your eating habits, how you eat. Another thing that plays a huge role is how active you are. It plays a huge role, but I'm not a workout person. I work out very minimally. So I do 30 minutes 3 to 4 times a week, and that's it. I've recently started working out a little more, but just something to keep you active. But when it comes to that nutrition part, that part is really, really, really important. I mean, you can wear the waist trainer for as long as 6 weeks and you just lose 1 inch just from doing a waist trainer. But when you eat, you'll see a whole difference with just how your stomach is even toned, and how the shape of it and everything, it just looks different. And you don't want to end up losing that and then gaining it back because your eating habits are so horrible. It goes hand in hand with eating.
So do you have to drink a lot of water? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Do you have to drink a lot of water also with it?
A lot of water is definitely a part of good nutrition.
Okay. But you have to drink a lot of water when you're waist training, correct? Like double the amount you would drink on a regular day.
That's what you're supposed to do with or without a waist trainer. So I would definitely recommend continue drinking what you're supposed to drink. I drink a lot of water because I don't drink juice. I don't drink juice. I don't drink soda and stuff like that. So I'm a water girl. So it's easy for me. I know it's not easy for everyone, but I see a lot of people they usually have that the gallon bottle, and they market and stuff. It looks fun. It looks encouraging. So I would definitely recommend trying one of those if you're having a hard time with your water intake. But water, it's good for your skin. It's good for everything. So why not drink up your water? Yeah.
All right. So how can they contact you, Miss Snachinator? How can they follow you? Contact you? Do you have a website?
So I have an Instagram. It's the Snachinator. THESNATCHINATOR. I hope I spelled that right. And then my website is snachinator.com. You can always feel free to email me at help@snachinator.com, or you can DM me. I try to do my best with responding within business hours, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And I also can be contacted via phone, text, or WhatsApp at 914-498-4506.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. I know it's hard finding some time, but thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great night.
Thanks, Boo. You too. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Have a good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I wanna jump up on it, on it, on it. I wanna jump up on it, on it, on it. Just wanna jump on it, on it, on it.
Thank you guys so much for watching Sharm B, aka the Snachinator. She gave some really good tips, ladies and guys. The waist trainers, we can actually come up with a men line for y'all, but ladies, she gave some great tips. She even gave some great tips on being healthy overall. Thank you so much for tuning in, and she is doing a raffle. She is going to give out one of her signature belts, so tune in. Don't forget, in order to join the raffle, you have to follow iconic.queenbl. If you are already following, DM raffle to join, and we would go live on Sunday in order to give out her signature belt. Thank you guys so much. We got 1 week left, and tune in. It's going to be a special surprise to you. Follow, like, and subscribe.